Fred has spoken at large gatherings in Southeast Asia and is currently preparing to travel across to New York, where he will meet students and lots of visitors from other universities and very, very important people at the United Nations. So very delighted that Fred has been able to come along today, and please make Fred welcome.
Whenever I speak, I like making people feel comfortable, so to begin with, since it's a Friday morning and some of us are feeling tired, can we please stand up and do some stretches?
I should point out Fred's a motivational speaker as well.
We can sit down now. Before I begin my speech, I would first like to pay my respect to the past, present, and future, and acknowledge the important roles Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people continue to play within the St. John's community. My name is Fred Duku, and I am a motivational speaker for young people. I get invited and travel to different schools and events to share my life story and inspire young people to believe their dreams possible. I am also the president of the Sonic Snowflake Initiative, and the initiative aims to provide informative community education about homelessness and the delivery of long-term sustainable solutions. Currently, I am still undertaking my Bachelor of Law Honours and Business degree at Queensland University of Technology. When I was asked to speak at today's event, I had no idea what to talk about because my time at St. James was one of those emotionally fulfilling experiences which cannot be put into words. But having had the time to think about it, the three things which have made my experience at St. James a liberating one, and which some of you heard, which some of these wonderful people shared with you, but I would like to share more because personally for me, like they made wonders. And these three things are the connected environment of the college, the inclusivity it provides, and last but not least, the social justice and ministry opportunities. As you can tell from today's visit, and as how some of these students mentioned, St. James is a very small school, and it's located in the heart of the city. For me, the sense of the school meant that I had a sense of connectedness with the students and the teachers, because every day when I entered through the gate of St. James, all the other students know my name, and the teachers knew my name as well. And St. James is not just a place where the teachers and students know you, but it's a place where the principal calls you by your name. At St. James, the principal is like our shepherd because he knows the name of each and every single one of his seats. That's one of the reasons why on the last day of school, I said that I didn't make friends at St. James. I made family. Secondly, although St. James is a small school, it is an inclusive one, in which it includes and makes welcome students from a diverse spectrum of the Australian population, regardless of race, background, religion, ability, or social or economic needs. The inclusive enrollment policy is in the heart of the college, and I think they mentioned that in their website. St. James is so inclusive that we have our own World Cup soccer where students team up with other students from their country and versus the rest of the other students. And the indigenous students are the only ones left to represent Australia. For some reason, the African countries always seem to win. In my business studies, I found that a company's culture is the only true unique identifier. Things like the products, strategies, and even the techniques can be duplicated. The only true unique identifiers are the values and norms of the organization. In short, the personalities. I am grateful to have graduated from a high school with so many different personalities. I believe I was able to develop a sense of global citizenship within St. James, and now I am able to communicate and get along and relate to people from different backgrounds and people with different stories. And that's one of the reasons why I do motivational speaking, because at St. James, I learned and I got involved and interacted with so many students from different backgrounds, and that inspired me. And when I was back in school, the teachers used to tell me that I talk too much. And I used that as a way to follow my dream to become a motivational speaker and inspire young people. I believe this skill of being able to relate to people from different cultures in our ever-changing society is a key to a successful career and life. Last but not least, the social justice and ministry opportunities. Challenged by the gospel and inspired by Edmund Rice, St. James Community nurtures and engages the hearts and mind of young men and women. The college is very proud of its various outreach programs that support student development. The college offers our students with a large area of opportunities to engage students in social justice and ministry. As there are so many, I will not go into detail. I believe the student leaders will be eager to share their experiences with you today. However, the one that I would like to point out is the break-even. The break-even is a trade fair, as one of the students mentioned, where staff and students and community members help the marginalized in the local community by volunteering their morning from 6 a.m. to venture out on a event to serve breakfast for the homeless and return before their classes. My involvement in the break event was one of the inspirations behind the Sonic Snowflake, where we developed and devised a plan to eliminate homelessness, because as we all know, the government and charities are not doing a good job at it, and so we took that on ourselves to make a change, to give the people the chance to make their own change. Because I am chasing after my dreams and making strides in societal change, I was invited by the United Nations to attend the 2016 Summer Youth Assembly. So it's like the assembly where all the presidents from around the world come together in one platform, but this one is for young people, and I believe I'm one of the only persons from Queensland who was selected, and I'm really privileged to have been selected. And I will also be departing in 7 days, so Friday next week. It will focus on empowering youth leaders and young professionals in the implementation of the United Nations 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. Because of the cost involvement, I was not in a position to pay all of them. However, St. James helped cover all of my travel expenses to and from the USA. To show my gratitude, can you please all join me in giving them a huge round of applause? To recap, the three things which have made my time at St. James worthwhile are the connected environment of the college, the inclusivity it provides, and the social justice and ministry opportunities. However, there's so much to St. James. For example, the sporting activities. St. James is the best school in Queensland for basketball. Or its location, because of the proximity to the city, students of St. James are able to link to many industries, art, cultural, and sporting venues. At St. James, everyone has a different and unique story. To find your St. James story, there's only one thing to do, and that's to become a part of it. You don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. My name is Fred Duku. To get in contact with me, talk to the college. Thank you very much.